Welcome back to The Rundown. I'm Andrew Alexander with your movie news update. Defending its place atop the box office this weekend is Paul Blart Mall Cop. Taking in just over $20 million, Mall Cop stars Kevin James as Paul Blart, a single dad trying to make ends meet as a mall security guard. Blart is a constant source of amusement to others because he takes his job way too seriously. When Santa's helpers shut down the mall and start taking hostages, it's up to Blart to become a real cop and save the day. Coming in second at the box office is the vampire thriller Underworld: Rise of the Lycans. This third film of the Underworld franchise is a prequel that explores the origins of the centuries-old feud between the Death Dealers, aka vampires, and their one-time slaves, the Lycans.
Your race, but all that is about to change. Sonia, if I were to leave, would you come with me?
My father would hunt you down.
You have stung me with your betrayal. I've lived by their rules my entire life. I've protected them, envied them, and for what? Treated like an animal. We are not animals! Is this what you want? We can be slaves, or we can be Lycans!
Rounding out the box office top 5 are Gran Torino, Hotel for Dogs, and Slumdog Millionaire. Now let's take a look at what's heading to theaters this weekend. Storming onto the big screen this weekend is the action thriller Taken. After his daughter Kim is abducted on a trip to Paris, former government operative Brian Mills, played by Liam Neeson, comes out of retirement to save Kim from sex traffickers in Paris. As Brian searches the darkest corners of the City of Lights, he faces nightmares worse than he could have ever imagined. But nothing will stop him from saving his daughter. Also in theaters is the comedy New in Town. Renee Zellweger stars as Lucy Hill, a Miami businesswoman who is transferred to rural Minnesota. After an initial icy reception, Lucy eventually warms up to the charm of small-town life. But when she's ordered to close down the plant and put the entire community out of work, she must reconsider her priorities and find a way to save the town. You can also go see the horror flick The Uninvited. While recovering from the death of her mother, Anna discovers her father's become engaged to her mother's former nurse named Rachel. After the ghost of Anna's mother warns her of Rachel's true intentions, it's up to Anna and her sister to convince their father that Rachel's not who she appears to be. Also opening in select theaters this weekend is the World War II documentary Blessed is the Match, the foreign family drama Service, and The Class. Well, the 2009 Oscar nominees were announced this past week with some notable surprises and snubs. Leading the pack with 13 nominations is The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. The nods include a Best Actor nomination for Brad Pitt, as well as Best Picture. Other Best Picture nominees include Frost Nixon, Milk, The Reader, and Slumdog Millionaire. To the dismay of many fans, director Christopher Nolan and The Dark Knight were snubbed for nominees in the Best Picture and Director categories. However, actor Heath Ledger did receive a posthumous Best Supporting Actor nomination for his role as the Joker in The Dark Knight. Other notable nominations include a Best Supporting Actor nod for Robert Downey Jr.'s turn as Australian method actor Kirk Lazarus, aka Sergeant Osiris, in the action comedy Tropic Thunder. Meryl Streep also picked up her 15th Oscar nomination for a role as a nun in Doubt. Well, that's a wrap for your movie news. We now take it over to Josh with your latest look at music.
Thanks, Andrew. Coming up, one artist is making a big turn in music. Plus, we'll look at what new albums are hitting the shelves this week. That and more music news. Stay tuned. You're watching The Rundown. Welcome back to The Rundown. I'm Joshua Johnson with your latest music news. Well, Lil Wayne has been rocking with his guitar for some time now, and the MC marked April 7th as the official release date of his next album, Rebirth, which he confirms will be an all-rock album. The first single, Prom Queen, will debut online right after the live stream of his concert in San Diego on January 27th. According to MTV News, the rapper says he doesn't know if he's going to release the Carter 4 just yet. Instead, he says he plans to release a new Carter 3 with all new tracks. And when MTV News asked Wayne about his latest project, the rapper stated, "This is something brand new, so we don't want it to be some experimental thing, because some people are not going to like this. I don't want them to not like the Carter 4. Lil Wayne will perform at the 51st Annual Grammy Awards on February 8th. Along with Lil Wayne, Paul McCartney, Radiohead, Justin Timberlake, T.I., and Kanye West have all been added to the lineup for the 51st Grammys. McCartney will be backed by Foo Fighters frontman Dave Grohl on drums. Radiohead will be making its first live U.S. television performance in 9 years. Previously announced performers include Kenny Chesney, Coldplay, Jennifer Hudson, and many more. And 7th season American Idol winner David Cook is heading back to school. The rocker kicks off a 37-show spring tour at Florida State University on February 13th. Cook will sing tracks from his recently released self-titled debut. While Cook is on the road this spring, the Yeah Yeah Yeahs are in the studio gearing up for the release of their next album, It's Blitz, due out later this year. The album is the follow-up to 2006's Show Your Bones. We'll now switch it over and look at what albums are hitting the shelves this week. First up, you can check out the Grammy Award nominees album for 2009. This compilation includes tracks from artists like Coldplay, Neo, Pink, and many more. American alternative rock band Hoobastank is back with their 5th studio album, For Never. This is the band's first release in 3 years. The first single from the album is called My Turn. And Bruce Springsteen releases his 16th studio album entitled Working on a Dream. Also out this week is Franz Ferdinand's Tonight. The Scottish indie rock band says their new album is a shift towards synthesizers and dance pop. As always, there's some amazing live entertainment right here in the Red Stick and surrounding areas. You can catch One Once tonight at the Catery. Andy Smith Band hits the stage Thursday at the Station Sports Bar and Grill. Gutter Sharks at Cadillac Cafe Friday, and Supervillain at Northgate Tavern Saturday. That's a wrap for your look at music. We'll now take it to Rachel with Fashion and Gadgets.
Thanks, Josh. Coming up, we'll look at the latest fashion craze surrounding the inaugural ball. Also, we'll check out a controversial new toy. That and more when we return. Stick around. You're watching The Rundown.